like you say, if it's got integrity, then people buy into it and they listen to it constantly, listen, and they become one of your artists, followers, friends, whatever you want to call it. They become one of your followers, and then you can then give them new music. So every month we release music which is kind of heartfelt music, nothing to do with business at all.
Yeah.
And it's just written stuff you want to say, and that's a wonderful. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a new model and it's great promotionally, but it's not the way that we live. I mean, the Ed Sheeran is a separate issue.
Right.
So my brother just played on Ed Sheeran's new album.
Oh, right, very nice.
And it's done incredibly well.
Yeah.
And my brother's living off not just
You have to. I'm afraid I'm a little bit out in the sticks with this. Yeah. What's happened with Ed Sheeran?
So Ed Sheeran reads the data to an extent that he will see which song is peaking in which week.
Okay.
And he'll work out exactly why it's peaking. He literally reads it as data handed in like bank. Completely the opposite to what you'd expect. He wants to write music. He cares about his
Yeah. Because he seems so raw and just
right. He is a fastidious businessman, and he works out exactly what is working and what isn't.
Yeah.
And he puts them all out. He managed to get basically 10 hit singles on one album. I mean, it's a joke. It's hilarious. And my brother's on one of them. And of course, it generates a huge amount of royalty. But Ed is he's a genuine songwriter. Like, he's a very good writer.
Yeah.
And I suppose he's applying the principles of business to something that he also feels.
So he's really mixing creativity with business in a very. So I think that's one of the challenges people are having at the moment. Is you've got all this data out there, and information is just flooding us.
Yeah.
And how do you transform that information into a material thing? And I think that's where a lot of the challenges is. People need creativity now to formulate all this data. Like what your example is perfect, because it's fine-tuning the data, getting a signal from all the noise to help produce more artwork
and actually connect more with people. In a sense, because we as human beings, we need that connection, don't we? It's an incredibly important thing, and that's why the arts exist. I have a little example in record producing. So when you're producing a film score, so you've written a film score and you're producing or you're conducting, you're recording an orchestra, and sitting in the booth and running the session, you've got to be incredibly emotionally empathetic to everyone in the room. And I'm sure it's the same with dance. It's sort of judging when the temperature's gone a little bit sour or it's gone a little bit wrong, and you've got to inspire people to give their best and turn around the situation. If it's getting really tense and people can't quite deliver, we all get very insecure because we're human beings, and therefore you've got to spot when you can suddenly make people laugh or change the temperature or take a tea break or and I think there's something in this that emotion we all can use our emotional intelligence to be better as authentic business people, like you're saying. I think it's incredibly important.
I think you've got it right on the nail there. I think when you're doing a performance, and it can be the weather, it can be the news that's come out, you've got an audience where it's normally working and it's just not working.
Is that right?
And it's just not happening, and you have to fine-tune it and twist it and up it. The performance, you maybe put it in a different direction here, a bit more energy there, and you can influence the energetic shift of an audience. Not always, but you can do.
How do you do it? Because I mean, is it like getting out of bed the wrong side and then the whole performance feels a bit different?
Yeah.
How do you change it?
It can be a team. You've got on that stage and you're not gelled as team members.
Yeah.
You're just not there, and you like, come on, let's focus. You can feel it, and you just look into somebody's eye and just, let's generate this. Let's get together, and then it becomes contagious around your team, and then that normally then influences the audience.
Really? So the audience likes something a bit dangerous that feels as if someone's improvising, it feels as if someone's completely in the moment.
They can do.
Because I see the opera house, I see like ballet or something where it feels a bit pedestrian. It feels like it's a bad day, like you say, or something's wrong. And it just feels like they're going through the motions.
Yeah, sometimes they're not in the zone.
And people can tell, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing you mentioned about authenticity, people really can tell when it's not authentic. So
and I think that's what you mentioned, like in business, is I remember this mime exercise that I did where you walk across the floor and you think just, I'm going to go for a cup of tea, I'm going to do, and you don't check, don't do anything with your physicality, and you do it again, and you go, I am here in the space, I am giving you some, and you just see the body shift just from the internal dialogue. So you want to go into business and you step into a meeting and your internal dialogue isn't in the right place, you're not going to have the same. You're not going to be there 100%.
Do you know, we've all had those meetings, haven't we? I've had a lot of them. You go and you're like, fuck yeah,
that's what happened.